Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. So I'm starting off this video a little bit differently. As you can tell, I have almost a full face of makeup on. I have everything on except for eyeshadow, mascara, and setting spray. And that is because we have an exciting new eyeshadow palette that we are going to play with today. And I cannot wait to put these on my eyes. Oh, the Natasha Denona Glam Palette. Oh my gosh. Okay. I have the Sunrise palette, but I have successfully been able to resist the Love palette and the Bronze palette, and then she released the Glam palette. And I really needed it. Or I didn't need it. I just really wanted it. So I bought it. This is what she looks like. She's a little dirty. I was doing swatches and stuff on it, so I'm sorry about that. But these are the inside shades. Oh my gosh, I think they are stunning. I love the cool tone shades, the silvers, the grays. There's like a pop of a couple more goldy shades. And oh my gosh, they're stunning. There's dark browns. There's like a gray / blackish shade. And I am just honestly obsessed with this palette, this color scheme. I think it's stunning. The elephant in the room, the shade names. I do not advocate or support the shade names. I think it's a little weird. I think what Natasha Denona was trying to do with the shade names was, I don't know, a little different maybe. I'm not entirely sure obviously what her thought process was. If you don't know, the shade names are things like center eyelid and transition shade and crease and all of that. But what people are saying, which I agree with, is that, so like this light shade right here is called transition shade. Well, that obviously wouldn't work for every skin tone as a transition shade. This one right here is crease, but that could be a little too light or too dark for some people to use in a crease. You know what I mean? So while I think the idea is nice for kind of beginners because it has like lash line, inner corner, brow bone, it kind of tells you where to put the shades. So I like the idea behind it, but I just kind of think it missed the mark because those shades wouldn't work in those areas for everyone. Like right here, brow bone, this one is considered a brow bone, and I don't think that that would work for my skin tone as a brow bone highlight. I'm gonna have to put it on and test it out, but I just think it would be a little too dark. So I don't like the shade names, but the actual shades I am here for. I think they are stunning and I cannot wait to put these on my eyes. So I have swatches for you guys. I'm going to insert in a second for you to see. They are not live swatches and I am really sorry about that. I tried, you guys. I tried to set up my tripod and my camera or my phone. I film on my phone to be able to be angled down in a way that on that table back there I could put the live swatches like on my arm as I'm going, and I don't know if I'm dumb or what, but I could not figure out how to angle my tripod and my camera and all that to be able to film myself doing live swatches. So they are not live. They're already on my arm and I just kind of show you them, but they're stunning. So let's hop into that right now. So here she is. Hello. Let me go ahead and open it up. Ooh. Oh. These shades are absolutely stunning. I love them. So here's the swatches of the first row. So we have on the top center eyelid, outer eyelid, inner corner, crease, and transition. Oh, so pretty. Then here is the swatches for the second row. So we have smoke at the top and then blend, lash line, inner corner, and center eyelid. And then for the last row, here they are. We have center eyelid, outer eyelid, center eyelid, outer eyelid, and then brow bone. So stinking pretty. Okay, I went ahead and pulled the camera in a little bit closer for you guys so you can see as I'm applying the shades to my lids. We are actually going to start out with that transition shade right here and put it as a transition. I think it might be a little light on me, but we're gonna try it out. This might have some leftover brown on it. I'm really bad about cleaning my brushes, you guys. I know, I'm sorry. Oh, it's actually showing up nicely on my eyes. I mean, I'm obviously very fair skin tone, and I think that that was people's complaint about this, is that if you're any darker than me, it probably won't show up on your eyes, which I agree with. And actually, I think this side is looking a little bit more gray than this side. I think this side had a little residual brown eyeshadow on my brush. Yeah, it's showing up really pretty. It's not getting patchy on me at all. I'm gonna warn you though, if you're new here or anything like that, eyeshadow always gets patchy right here on me, like right on my inner corner. It does not matter what I use to prime. It doesn't matter what eyeshadows I use. That always gets patchy. So if these get patchy on me, because it is a little tiny bit right here, I'm not going to fault the palette on that or anything like that, because every single eyeshadow formula and brand I have tried gets patchy on there. It's just my eyes. I'm not going to be mad at the palette for that. We're gonna add a little bit more. Yeah, okay, I like this shade a lot. I think that that is really pretty. I think it really is, for my skin tone, a nice transition shade. I did want to note that there is quite a bit of kick up in the pan in that transition shade. I don't mind that, honestly. As long as there's no fallout on the face, I don't mind if there's kick up in the pan, and so far there hasn't been fallout. I almost always do my eyes first, but I didn't want to come on with like no makeup and all of that, so we're gonna really test out today if this has fallout on the face or not, because my face is already done, so hopefully there's not, and I don't ruin my makeup, because I've got someplace to go after. I actually have 2 places to go after this, so okay, we're gonna take the crease shade now and put that in our crease. Just deepen it a tiny bit. I did not use my MAC paint pot as my primer today because I already had my makeup done. So on my eyes prior to putting shadows on, all I have is my Dose of Colors concealer that I brought up on my lids and my Too Faced Peach Perfect setting powder. I forgot to mention this in the beginning of the video, but I will have all the other makeup linked down below that I used in case you're curious about what else is on my face. Like, do you see how it's getting patchy right here? But again, that's just my eyes. I really am not gonna blame the eyeshadows for that. That's a really pretty shade too though, that crease shade. It just deepened it up the right amount. We're gonna go back in with transition, a little bit of it, and just kind of blend that all out. Make sure they're seamless together. And the trick that I found for kind of alleviating that patchiness or whatever skipping in my inner corner is I use this brush. It is the JH37 by Jaclyn Hill and Morphe. It's just like a really dense kind of shader brush. I really don't know what to call this, but I just take it and go like this pretty aggressively. And that seems to alleviate those lines in my inner corner eye area. I also want to note that there was a little bit of kick up in the pan with crease too, but again, that doesn't bother me. So now what I'm going to do is take crease and smoke, and I'm just gonna like tap into both and mix them together and put them on my outer lid and up into the crease. I don't want to get too smoky or too crazy because the 2 places that I have to go after this are children's birthday parties. My friend, her little girl turned 1 today, and then our niece from Mike's brother and my sister-in-law turned 5. So I don't want to be going with like crazy, smoky, dark, vampy, nighttime, date night eyes to children's birthday parties, you know? So we're just gonna tap those 2 shades, mix together on my outer corner, or yeah, outer corner, is that what it's called? Outer third of my eyelid. Yeah, those mix together really well. They're not getting patchy, they're pigmented, they're going on my eyes nice. Gonna bring it up into the crease a tiny bit. Layer them up a little bit. So far, I don't think any fallout on my face, which is really, really nice. I am tapping off my brush though. If you get fallout on your face from shadows, please make sure you are tapping off your brush. Like I literally just dip into them, doop, doop, and then I go like this. And do you see all that fluffing and flying in the air? All of that would be falling on your face if you didn't tap off your brush. So please make sure you're doing that. If you struggle from fallout with shadows, that will really, really help. Okay, we're gonna go back into that transition shade. just to make sure there's no harsh lines, no edges that look kind of rough or sketch. What am I saying? I like it. I think it looks good so far. Okay, now I'm gonna put a shimmer on the inner half of my lid. Part of me thinks that I shouldn't put a glitter glue down just to see how they perform without it, but I never ever put shimmer on my eyelids without using the NYX glitter primer. Doesn't matter what color shimmer I'm doing, what brand I am using, I always use this. So I'm gonna use it today. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna put this on like the inner half of my lids like I said, and then we are going to take center lid right here, up in the corner, and also outer eye lid here. And I'm going to put this on the inner and this towards the middle / outer part. So we're just tapping on the glitter primer. And then how I like to do it is I will get the two colors on 2 different fingers and I'll just tap in and I'll go back and forth. So I'm gonna start off with the lighter one towards the inner half. And then I'm going to take the darker one and start tapping it towards the middle and outer half. And that way they're really cohesive. It blends them together really nicely. Shimmers always work really nice with fingers. I know a lot of people like to use brushes with shimmers. I am not one of those girls. I am perfectly fine using my fingers. Not that there's anything wrong with using brushes, but I like using my fingers. I think it gives me a lot of control on where I place the shadows. I think that they really pop. Between using your fingers and a glitter primer, the shimmers just like pop with really any brand you use. So that's what that's looking like. Those are really, really pretty on the eyelids. I like that a lot. I think they go together really nicely. We're gonna do the same thing on the other eye. A little bit of glitter primer. Okay, I don't know if you can tell, but I did get a tiny, tiny bit of fallout just now, I think, with those shimmers. So I'm just gonna dust it away. Yeah, I dusted away fine. Now it's gone. So I just wanted to let you guys know that there was a little bit of fallout. So now what we're gonna do is take a flat definer brush and we are going to use this Lash Line shade and we're going to use it as a little bit of a liner on our lash line, like it says. Yeah, so that just gave a little bit of extra definition to the eyes. Now for the lower lash line, we are just going to take crease and transition and mix them together and run that on my lower lash line. Really simple. I usually tend to go for really simple lower lash lines. And then for our inner corner and brow bone highlight, we're going to use this shimmer right here that is called Inner Corner. I'm just going to take it with my pinky. Ooh, that's pretty. And on the brow bone. After I put on my brow bone highlight, I always take my first initial brush with really no other product on it and just run it through the crease just to really mesh together the crease shades and the brow bone highlight. I don't want there to be a stark difference. Okay, and I think we are done with the eyes. I really like how it turned out. I'm gonna go put mascara and setting spray on and then I will be back to wrap up this video and give you my final first impressions thoughts on this palette. So I am back with my makeup completely finished and you guys, I'm not gonna lie, I think that I legitimately love this palette. I love the different shades in here. I think the shimmers are stunning. Now, are there shades that are similar to each other? Yes, but I think that that's kind of Natasha Denona's thing. She does a lot of palettes like this that do have shades that are pretty similar to each other. The bronze palette had a lot of shades that were similar to each other. So while I think that that is true, I do think that they are kind of necessary. I think she does that on purpose. So you have a whole bunch of different colors in similar shades that you can layer on top of each other and really make beautiful looks. I love the look that I made today. Is it anything revolutionary? No. But this is like my kind of look. It was so easy to create. The mattes didn't get patchy on me, minus the inner corner that always gets patchy on me. The shimmers were stunning. There was hardly any fallout. They blended nicely. They blended together nicely. They didn't blend away. They're pigmented, but not too pigmented, so where you put your brush on your eye and you're like, oh my gosh, what do I do with all this color? I really love this palette. I think it's a winner. If these are the type of shades that you go for, not everyone is into cool tone eyeshadows. I totally understand. I personally love cool tone eyeshadows. I mean, I love warm tone eyeshadows too, but I love cool tones, like silvery grays. They're like my jam. I will say I have the mini glam palette, and I definitely think that I will be reaching for this big one way more than I've ever reached for my mini glam one. They're both stunning, they're both beautiful, but I definitely do think I like this one more. Yeah, I like this palette. I do. I know it's not the cheapest palette out there. Natasha Denona is not the cheapest brand, but maybe you can wait for the next Sephora sale coming up and get 10, 15, or 20% off, depending on what step on Sephora's reward points that you are. But yeah, I personally love it. I think that it is beautiful. I think the shades are beautiful. I really like this look, and I am so excited to keep playing with it. Look for me using this in upcoming Get Ready With Me's and tutorials, because I love it, and it's gonna be on rotation a lot. But that was it, you guys. That is my first impressions and swatches of the new Natasha Denona Glam Palette. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you liked the look. Let me know in the comments down below if you are planning on picking this palette up. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much. You're awesome, and I love you. Please subscribe if you have not yet, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye, guys.